This is kind of an interesting year for trends because there's not a lot of new things really trending for fall. When you're looking at overall trends for the season, it's really classic things. Like I think Vogue said a classic crew neck sweater is a trend, and it's like that's always been in style for fall. On one hand, this is kind of boring. On the other hand, though, I kind of like it because as someone who tries not to shop a lot, who doesn't follow trends per se, it's kind of refreshing to see more classic pieces that are trending. And what's cool about this is so many of these pieces are things I already own with a very small closet, and chances are a lot of you already own too. So today we're going to be taking a look at 5 fall trends. I'm going to be styling them 2 different ways using pieces from my closet. Let's get started. Trend 1, denim on denim. Glamour describes this as the Canadian tuxedo has been the subject of some ridicule. When? I love Canadian tuxedo. But fashion insiders agree, this is the season of the full denim look. Basically all this is styling multiple denim pieces together. What you're going to see most often is jeans and a denim shirt or a denim jacket, but there's a lot of different ways you can go with this. I love a Canadian tuxedo. I've been wearing this for years, so this is a style that has stood the test of time for me, so I'm very excited to see this is trending. But even if it wasn't, I would still wear it, and still do wear it. So for the first look, I styled it how I typically like to wear denim on denim, which is with hints of black. So I did a mid-wash jean, a light denim jacket, and then a simple black t-shirt, black bag, and black shoes. I like the black because I think it really makes the denim pop here. I think it kind of offsets the light denim on top from the mid-wash denim below. I've heard some people talk about if you're doing denim on denim, like either the denim has to match or has to be dramatically different. I don't think you can really go wrong with denim on denim as far as color goes. With silhouette, there's some things you can play with there. For example, I have slightly more fitted jeans, so the jacket is a little bit boxier. But if I had like a really wide leg pair of denim, I might want to do a tighter top and a boxy jacket, or leave off the boxy jacket and do like a tighter denim top with it. So I would play more with silhouette and not worry so much about color here. You really can't go wrong with any kind of denim on denim. For look 2, I wanted to show what this would look like if you do more of a matching denim style. So I did the same denim jacket because that's the only denim top I own. And then light denim jeans and a white button-down shirt with some black accessories. So still pulling in the black here because that makes the denim really stand out to me. But because this is a little bit of a lighter denim, I thought this would be interesting with a light colored top. So I played with proportions even more here. These jeans are even slimmer than the last pair of jeans. And even though the jacket's boxy, I wanted to bring in some more of that larger proportion. So I have a really oversized white button down underneath the jacket, and then I have half of it untucked so that it brings a little bit of length and volume to the top. And then still bringing in the black accessories because I love black and denim. I think it looks so good together. Trend number 2 is suede. Vogue says for fall, suede is no longer confined to the Western saloon, which I think is hilarious. Like, when was ever suede confined to the Western saloon? I have some bones to pick with these articles because I think they really constrain our thinking into what we can wear, but that's for another day. So anyways, Vogue is saying suede is trending, which is not a surprise. Like, suede and fall pretty much go hand in hand for me, and you're gonna see this all over social media. I'm already seeing it a ton. My only suede piece right now is the vintage suede jacket that I recently thrifted. I wanted to play around with that and style it in a couple of ways. Look 1, I wanted to make the jacket really stand out. This is such a statement piece in my closet, and I wanted it to look like a statement. So I did an all black base, but because that felt like the suede was a little too much of a standout, like the color was too contrasted against the black, I added in a brown leather belt in a similar shade as the jacket to kind of give the eye something else to look at. So it's not just like bam, bright jacket, it's like jacket, belt, and you're kind of going back and forth between those two. So I think that adds a little bit more dimension to the outfit. I find that matching shoes to suede uppers can be a little bit challenging. I love a suede jacket or upper piece with a slick leather shoe. So I styled these with something a little bit sharper. It's a very pointed toe leather boot with a bit of a heel, and it has some gold detailing around the heel. And I think, to Vogue's point, the jacket can read a little bit Western, but that very sharp, sleek boot reads a little more polished and modern. So that provides a little bit of contrast there. For look 2, I was very inspired by the styling from Cézanne's, one of their suede jackets. I don't remember what the style is, but they styled it with a very simple base of denim and a button-down shirt with suede over the top and like a big tote bag. And to me, this felt very 70s, which I love. That's an era I think is really fun for me to pull from personally. It also felt like a pretty classic styling that I think most of us can recreate in some degree. So here I ended up tucking in the button down because I like that proportion between the tucked in button down and the little bit of the length of the jacket. I think the contrast between more of a Western jacket and then polished top looks really nice. And it's kind of ironic that I keep referring to this jacket as Western, and I just rolled my eyes at Vogue for saying suede is no longer confined to the Western saloon. But this jacket does read a little Western to me, so there we go. So anyways, a little bit of a more Western jacket, polished shirt, classic denim. And then as far as accessories, I kept it pretty neutral and stuck with a polished black bag and black shoes. The outfit can read somewhat casual, and I think adding the black leather shoe and the black leather bag make it feel a little bit more elevated. Trend number 3 is the sporty track pant. As a stay-at-home mom, I love this. I love an excuse to wear sweatpants and to feel a little bit more dressed up. They've styled this in a very preppy way. So they have like the classic Adidas colored track pant with the piping down the side and then a button down and a crew neck sweater layered over it. So it feels very like Ivy League kind of prep school look. That's not a direction my style leans. So I interpreted this again in 2 ways so you can have some variation. I don't have like brightly colored, truly sporty leaning track pants. So I pulled the athletic pants that I do have, which is a pair of sporty straight leg joggers that are from Athleta. And they're nice because they have an elastic waist. They're pretty, they're like athletic pants, so you can move really well in them. And they're super comfy. For look number 1, I brought back the jean jacket and a simple white t-shirt. I wear this a lot actually, and I have for years. I just think a jogger with a white t-shirt and a jean jacket is such an easy, comfortable, looking good type of outfit. This is a great travel outfit too, so if I'm going on a plane or if I have a long car ride, I'll usually wear some sort of variation of this look because it's real simple. My first instinct would be to grab a tennis shoe with this, but I decided to switch it up a little bit and grab a mule instead, just to give it a little bit more of that polish so I don't feel like it's too sporty. Because again, like I wouldn't say my style really leans into that much of a sporty vibe. So I didn't want to turn up the sporty by adding a sporty shoe. So instead I added a little more tailored and structured shoe and then structured bag to give it a little bit of that polish while still feeling casual and sporty. Look 2 is truly one of my favorite looks of this whole video here. I found this pea green linen shirt at Goodwill recently, and I had been looking for a shirt that was kind of this green color, and it's like 100% linen. It's J. Crew, which is a brand that I thrift a lot, and it's great. So I had tried this on with these joggers for a normal everyday look and loved the way it felt and looked. So for this outfit, if we're going to break this down into more stylistic elements instead of individual pieces, we've got oversized button down, straight leg joggers, comfortable sandals, practical tote bag. What I did here is I left the button down untucked. I'm really into an oversized untucked button down right now. I think it feels so contemporary and so modern and so practical. Like it's kind of a pain to have to tuck in your shirt all the time. So it's really nice just to have it like loose and flowy and easy. So this is a look that I'm reaching for often right now. Again, with the proportion play, since the pants are slimmer, I wanted something a little bit larger on top to balance out some of those proportions. I've got the Birkenstocks here because truly that's just like my most comfortable shoe and I wear them all the time. So this is a very true to me shoe. And then the oversized tote bag, I liked the color contrast that it brought in, and I like that it brought in a bit of that utilitarian feel while still feeling polished and tailored because it's got that beautiful, beautiful leather. I'm kind of combining 2 trends. Trend 4 is brown and burgundy. This is one of those trends where it's like, this is nothing new. Brown and burgundy are always trending for fall because they're the color of the fall leaves. They're a little bit richer. You think of Thanksgiving, it's like, it's not a surprise, right? So brown and burgundy, specifically like chocolate and oxblood, so a darker variation of both of those. For brown and burgundy, I did one look for each, so we'll start with burgundy. I wanted to stick with a little bit of a richer look. I think burgundy looks really great with black, but for this I wanted to do something a little bit outside the box for me and bring in some of that brown as well. So I have this pair of coffee colored trousers. What's so funny is when I put them on, I was like, wow, these fit, these are good. And then looking back at the footage, they don't quite fit yet, so don't judge me. I just had a baby. But I hope you can still kind of get the idea of what this outfit would look on with a pair of pants that fit properly. Again, playing with a lot of proportions here, a tighter top and then very, very loose, voluminous pants. Because the pants feel much more polished, corporate, I wanted to bring in something that kind of leaned opposite of that, so maybe a little more playful and sporty. So I added high top Converse to this on the bottom, and then a very kind of sculptural, almost like 80s vibe bag to it. So I think this kind of rounds out the whole look because you have nice contrast, one between the styles. So you've got a very casual tank top, very corporate trousers, kind of sporty shoes, and a sculptural bag. So you've got a lot of interest there. And then a nice color story here too. So there is some contrast between all the colors, but they're all kind of in the same color family. So it provides some harmony. I am not someone who likes to wear a lot of dark colors. So like a dark burgundy really isn't for me. So I'm kind of leaning more into this rusty red instead, and I think that suits the trend for me just fine. For dark brown, this author from Vogue is saying I'm challenging myself to, instead of black, rely on the richer dark brown hues seen on the runway because it provides a little more depth and interest to an outfit. For chocolate brown, I've got really only one piece of chocolate brown at all in my closet, and that is a tank top. But why I like this trend is because chocolate brown can appear in so many different places. So while I have it in a tank top, it's very common to have like a dark brown bag or dark brown shoes or dark brown belt. So you can kind of take what you have here and make it work for whatever outfit you want. I styled this with a classic pair of jeans, and then I pulled in some white accessories, so a linen blazer and some white leather loafers. And then I wanted to bring in a bit more of that rich color and play off the chocolate brown. So a little bit of a lighter brown leather belt and then an olive green leather bag. So I think the color story here feels very harmonious, but with a lot of interest still. There's quite a bit of contrast between the dark chocolate brown and the white blazer, but then it kind of ties together with the cream shoes, the green bag, and the brown belt. Trend number 5 is animal print. We're going to be talking about two different animal prints, leopard print and snakeskin. I think leopard print is probably a little more prominent, but I'm also seeing a lot of snakeskin, so I felt like I wanted to include that. This is kind of like a bonus trend in the Shop My Closet series because I don't own leopard print or snakeskin. And you're probably thinking like, well, Kendall, if you don't own leopard print or snakeskin print, how can you wear leopard or snakeskin? But I'm going to challenge myself to get a little bit creative and show you how you can still participate in a trend without actually owning the trend. Glamour talks about leopard print, so we're going to start there. And I think this is hilarious. It says, Mob Wife Winter has evolved. Welcome to leopard print fall. It talks about designers that are using the divisive print for fall. And then our editors have also noticed a huge number of style insiders rocking the print during September's fashion month, meaning the trend clearly has legs. I will say too, I have been seeing a lot of leopard print lately. I think Glamour, the way it describes it is a little bit funny, like Mob Wife Winter. I associate leopard print with a little bit more edge. So if we're looking at like what are the stylistic elements of leopard print, there's obviously the print, but we can talk about color. So we've got different hues of browns, dark brown, camel, sometimes tan, and then contrasted with black. We have kind of the softness of the fur, and then we have a little bit of edge. When you think of classic leopard print styling, there's always a little bit of like Mob Wife Winter or a little bit of like rock and roll, something that has a little bit more edge to it. So the way I interpreted this trend in my closet without owning any leopard print is by using those stylistic elements and trying to create a look that encapsulated some of those. And I really like how this turned out. So I brought in that chocolate brown tank top as the base, a pair of black pants, and I thought, okay, we have some of these elements of the leopard print with color anyways. But then I wanted to bring in some different hues of brown and some more texture. So I draped more of like a richer light brown sweater over my shoulders and matched that with a similarly colored leather belt and tote bag. So I felt like that was bringing in some of those lighter tones. But then I thought, edge. Like we gotta create some edge here. So I brought in my black, very sharply pointed boots with that gold detailing around the heel and felt like that was the edge the outfit needed. So no, I'm not wearing leopard print, but I still feel like we're getting the feel that leopard print evokes, which is the color story, a little bit of the softness with the sweater, and then a little bit of that edginess with the boot. With snakeskin, very, very similar. I don't own snakeskin, so I was thinking, okay, what are some of these elements of snakeskin? The first thing that came to mind is obviously the color. It's typically black and cream, not like a stark white, but more of a cream. And it's usually like embossed in leather. So leather, that leather texture, I felt like we could bring in. So how I interpreted this was started with a black base and then threw in a white blazer and cream leather accessories to mimic that cream leather in snakeskin. So I'm wearing a thrifted long shift dress, a white linen blazer over the top. I prefer wearing it over my shoulders. I don't know, sleeves in, wasn't feeling it. So I wear it over my shoulders and I feel like that gives a little bit more of that like laid back, like I don't care kind of vibe that snakeskin can give off too, where it's like very cool, but not caring too much. And then I felt the leather bag and the leather shoes helped create that leather texture and that cream color that snakeskin has without actually wearing snakeskin. These were both a lot of fun, and I think it was so interesting to be like, okay, what makes leopard interesting and how can I make this accessible in my closet, and what makes snakeskin interesting and how can I make this accessible in my closet. And I'm really excited with the two looks. I wouldn't go as far to say like if you saw me on the street you'd be like, wow, you're rocking that leopard print trend, like you're rocking that snakeskin trend. But they're fun outfits and they make me feel like I can still enjoy this particular trend without having to shop. I will say though, if you are someone where like, yeah, Kendall, this is cool, but like I love leopard print and I want to buy leopard print, check your thrift store. I see multiple leopard print pieces every time I'm there. I feel like now that I've had my eye, like, okay, the leopard print is a trend. When I go to the thrift store, I'm like, leopard print is here. If you want to get leopard print, like start with your local thrift stores. So there you have it. There are 5 fall trends that you can create using pieces you already own without shopping. I hope I have encouraged you, to resist the urge to shop for something completely new this season. And look in your closet, look at some of more of the stylistic elements of your pieces and the trends and create really interesting outfits using what you already have. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.